Alright guys, so Zenless Zone Zero, they just dropped their dev talk talking about their future plans for Zenless Zone Zero. And since first anniversary is coming soon, this video is actually very important. Plus they dropped, I think they're talking about version 2.0 for the game, which is actually pretty dope. So I'm really interested to see what they're gonna, discuss here, what they're gonna talk about. And if they actually address some issues that players have with the game. I don't know what these issues are because as an outsider I don't even know what's going on. I don't really play the game. But last time I played the game, my main issue with that game was the TV system, and I'm pretty sure they fixed that. So it is what it is. The only reason why I don't play that game is because I don't know. I just think ZZZ is just boring. I don't think it's just my cup of tea. But out of all the games that we have out right now, HSR, ZZZ, and Genshin Impact, ZZZ is literally on top when it comes to quality. When it comes to HSR, the game is just beyond cooked. Genshin Impact, the game been cooked. Like that game is overcooked. Is done. It's dead. That game is done. But when it comes to Zenless Zone Zero, the devs actually do care for this game. But once again, guys, once first anniversary hits for these games, I say this all the time. Once first anniversary hits, time is ticking. Time is ticking, and all it takes is for them to press that one red button, and that red button says kill your game. All it takes for them is to press that one red button that says kill your game. They're gonna press that shit, and everything's gonna go downhill from there. But I hope that doesn't happen to ZZZ. Okay, I hope that doesn't happen to the game because there's a lot of people who actually love the game. So it would honestly suck to see ZZZ fall and all players, they no longer enjoy the game. That would be kind of sad, you know what I'm saying? But let's cut the yapping here. Let's go and see what they have to say. Come over to Windows. There we go. Video set up. Let me fix the volume. Hey, ZZZ. There we go. Let's see what they have to say, man. Let's see what they have to say. Put this in. I like the music. The music is pretty cool.
Hello everyone, I'm Y. Welcome to today's
Why?
Talk.
That's his name?
It's been nearly a year since the official release
The interesting
of
name.
Zenless Zone Zero, and we like to thank all.
Well, he's actually speaking English. Okay. Actually putting an effort to speak English, man. Okay. Oh, let's not put this in loop.
For their support. Our team will also like to use this opportunity to share with you some of the development progress for version 2.0 and our plans for the future of Zenless Zone Zero.
Okay, let's read this. What's the plan for season 2 story? I'm pretty sure they're that's pretty much version 2.0, which is season 2. I don't know how the story works. I don't know how they correlate. I don't know the way that they map out the story in ZZZ. I have no idea, but I'm assuming that season 2 means version 2.0. And I like the fact that it says season 2 is like a show. It's like a series.
Season 2 story. We will follow the protagonist to a unique area within New Eritol, Wi-Fi Peninsula, which will be the main stage for the story of version 2.0.
Okay.
Wi-Fi Peninsula is a district of the Throne Quarter near the Lemnian Hollow. The earlier settlers of this region were tasked to monitoring the highly volatile Lemnian Hollow, and the name Wi-Fi is derived from the Cantonese characters for protect and anomaly, from the phrase protection from the anomaly called the Hollow.
Sorry to pause it here, but dude, the music in the background is fucking sick, dude.
Later, an outpost was established here, which then became the city area Phalium Heights. Phalium Heights was built at the top of a cliff, overlooking the bay with its beautiful scenery. This is also an area rich in porcelain, a precious material that's highly resistant to ether corruption. Mining and processing porcelain has just become...
This guy's probably dropping some huge lore bombs. I have no idea, but this new location looks pretty cool. It's on top of a cliff.
Peninsula. Behind this massive industry and its profits, however, lies a tangled mess of factions. Here, we'll gradually unravel the clues we planted throughout the story this fall. For example, Sarah's true plans behind the sacrifice and the bringer incidents, the conspiracy behind the mysterious exorcist, and the truth behind the fall of the old capital, as well as the secrets of the Fason siblings. Meanwhile, our protagonists will encounter agents from various factions and
I'm really interested to see how these new agents looks, these new characters. I'm really interested to see their design.
embark on brand new adventures. For example, that way seeker with yellow cape we saw earlier is none other than Yixuan, the current leader of Yunhui Summit. She will make her
Look cool,
debut
man.
as a key character in season 2. As the story unfolds.
Listen, guys, listen. All right, listen. There is a possibility that I might play ZZZ later on in the future. I don't know when, but all I gotta say is there is a possibility that I might try the game again. There is a possibility, okay?
The protagonists will gradually uncover her mysterious past and become a new disciple of Yunhui Summit. Yixuan will become our steadfast support and guide us in her craft as our mentor, helping us explore the hollows directly. Beside Yixuan, who oversees Yunhui Summit, the defense forces Obo Squad that we all familiar with, as well as the
Obo Squad
previously revealed idol faction Angels of Delusion, will all be making
Okay, interesting.
their appearance in Season 2. We've prepared a Season 2 teaser trailer to be released on April 13th. More information about the various factions will also...
I'm gonna react to that. I'm gonna react to that trailer for sure. Season 2 teaser PV. I'm gonna react to it. It looks pretty cool.
be revealed then.
Okay, let's read this. Compared to a regular update, what's special about the content of Season 2? That's a really good question. So, compared to these other updates, what's special about 2.0? What are you guys going to bring to the table for version 2.0? Let's see. Because every single time they release like a 0.0 update, like let's say version 1.0, 1.0 is like global launch pretty much. 2.0 is like the next big update after, you know, let's say the previous update, the previous patch. That's like the second biggest update. And then the third biggest update is 3.0 and then 4.0, etc. So Season 2, which is 2.0, is going to be the biggest patch that ZZZ has ever had since global launch. So let's see what they're going to bring to the table here.
For the content direction of Season 2, will not just be simply adding more characters and areas. We've been taking feedback from our practice very seriously. And
taking feedback, very interesting. Something that Genshin Impact fails to do at, but let's continue.
Incorporated this feedback into our design philosophy, making an adjustment from the ground up. I'll be sharing some of the results with you all during the program. The most noticeable change is in the map design. We've completely revamped the entire map experience and integrate the residential areas with combat zones at the system level, providing a more fluid and engaging gameplay experience for practice.
Interesting.
First, let's talk about the design of the main city area, Beilong Heights. We made the area much larger to ensure comprehensive city functionality while allowing for potential expansion in future versions, while also reducing load.
This game might turn into like, it might turn into an open world game at this point if we're gonna keep expanding these cities, bro. Like, hey, let's continue though. That's actually pretty good. The fact that they're expanding these cities is gonna take a lot more storage though. It's gonna consume a lot of, you know, gigabytes. So watch out for that. But this right here, while also reducing loading times caused by scene transitions.
Loading times caused by scene transitions. The new daily system will also be designed to match the local culture and the customs.
Okay, so they're pretty much pulling off a Genshin Impact. This is literally Genshin.
Video store owner, helping Yunhui Summit manage various aspects of Suibian Temple, will also be a part of our new life.
I ain't gonna lie here.
Suibian Temple.
Wait. The graphics don't look too crazy. Maybe during the nighttime or like sunset, it looks really cool here. But during the daytime, I ain't gonna lie, this is like PS2 graphics. But yo, I can see the potential here. Like this city is on like a mountain, like on a summit. It looks pretty cool here. I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty nice.
Will also be a part of our new life. This new gameplay features management simulation elements and new features such as bamboo dispatch, integrating residential areas with exploration areas and creating a smoother experience. As for the visuals, with the help and careful maintenance of the properties, Suibian Temple will gradually be restored to its former glory.
I ain't gonna lie, man. This guy's trying really, really hard. He's trying so hard to speak fluent English. Gotta give credit where credit is due, man. He's actually trying hard. I can see him struggling.
Plus, various elements such as holes, scratch cards will take on new forms that match the vibes of Suibian Temple. The frequently mentioned
Dude, this music, man, I'm vibing to it, man. It gives me, calm vibes.
Previously, due to a limitation in the underlying design, the video store that proxies see from outside along the screen does not match the actual size of the video store from within. So, we need a loading screen to bridge the interior and the exterior of the store. In Failong Heights, however, returning home is no longer a process that requires waiting. Additionally, we've optimized the pathway in Failong Heights. The function area will be more concentrated, and the path to access each area will become more efficient and streamlined, ensuring that overall experience will become smoother and more fluid. Next, let's take a look at the ancient rooms of the...
Pretty much optimizing your experience with, like, the open world. I guess that's cool. That's fine. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that.
Aerospace City.
There's never, like, if you complain about optimization to, open world, enhancing, like, open world, like, here's the thing, right? If there are other problems that are, like there are other issues that you have to address first, and you're not addressing them, and you're only focusing on things that, they are good, but at the same time, it's like, well, what about this issue? Are you gonna just completely, like, gloss over that? That's completely different. But when it comes to, like, if they've been listening for a long time and you want to do things like, hey, we want to enhance, your experience with the open world, that's fine. That's cool. That's why when it comes to Genshin Impact, it's like, okay, when they do things like, okay, we added like a teleport next to a boss and stuff like that, cool, that's fine. But, where's the skip button? Where's artifact loadouts? When are you guys going to remove the schedule? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you guys are not focusing on the main things that we actually want you guys to fix in the game. You guys are just doing other things that you shouldn't be doing. Like, you don't have the privilege to do that because you're not fixing the main things that players want you to fix. See what I'm saying? So that's why when it comes to this, players haven't, like, they fixed the TV system, right? They fixed that. When it comes to ZZZ, they got a skip button. TV system is fixed. I'm pretty sure there is not a schedule that locks you from grinding for materials whenever you want. Somebody correct me down below in the comment section, but I'm assuming that for ZZZ, there is not a schedule that locks you from grinding for materials, because nobody complains about that in this game. So it means that it doesn't exist in ZZZ. So, they have the privilege. They have, the freedom to decide what they want to do when it comes to enhancing, your open world experience, your exploration, whatever, because they've already, like, handled things, like, they've already covered the main things that players have, like, they already covered the main issues that players have with this game, and they already handled that. So therefore, do whatever you guys want to fucking do. Just don't destroy the damn game. And that's literally all they have to do. All they have to do is maintain ZZZ, and that's it. Maintain the game and improve it, and that's it. Don't stagnate. And that's exactly what happened to Genshin and HSR. The games started stagnating over time, and they started focusing on things that they shouldn't be focusing on. They should be focused on the main issues like power creep, HP inflation, and etc., like global passive and stuff like that.
Within the Lemnian Hollow. Although the aerospace city has long been devoured by the Hollow, the ether stable area at its edge is still being used to mine and produce porcelain. In version 2.0, we will begin our...
Yeah, he slapped his knee. Let me go back. He slapped his knee so... I know he's getting sick and tired of this, man. Let's play that again.
Produce porcelain. In version 2.0, we will begin our
exploration
of the Lemnian Hollow from the edge of the aerospace city. With the past few versions as precious learning experience, its overall design will be more refined, with larger explorable areas, more robust systems, and more streamlined guidance. One distinct improvement is that after completing their training at Suibian Temple, the proxy siblings no longer needed to return to the video store to access the hollows through the HDD system. Instead,
Oh, that's actually nice. Cause that was annoying. Like you had to go through like you had to go to the video store, or whatever, and you have to access this HDD system in order for you to continue the story, which was really annoying. I think they fixed that. He said that they fixed that.
they can
That's
now
good. Let's go back just a little
the
bit here.
hollows through the HDD system. Instead,
Yeah.
they can now travel
Travel
more
more
conveniently between Billion Heights and the Aerospace City. The craft they will learn will also be of great
Okay, that's
help
good.
in their
That's
future
nice.
hollow explorations.
If that was a huge issue to you guys, then I guess that's actually good. The fact that they fixed that. What other improvements are in the new version? Okay, I'm looking forward to this right here. What else do they have?
While we've added new areas, the travel system wasn't just simply expanded upon. In Season 2, we've redesigned the travel system, changing from the original sliding area selection system to a larger map format. We're also improving the UI experience.
Okay.
We also added a mini-map to the interface, along with the navigation features. Proxies can now...
That's nice, dude. They added a mini map. They happened like they pretty much added like a whole map that I think it allows you to select which, destination, like which city you want to go to. That's actually pretty good, man. I like UI improvements. I like that a lot. It's actually pretty nice. I hope Woowa gets that soon. They did ask that in the survey that, hey, if you guys want us to improve the UI, hopefully it happens to UI not UI Woowa, because I will say for Woowa, the UI for Woowa is pretty simple. I ain't gonna lie. It's really simple and basic. So I'm really looking forward to UI improvements in Woowa, but this is actually pretty dope.
now select their destination more quickly and gain a clear understanding of New Eridu's geographical layout. Regarding plot structure, we've also noticed that since special episodes and basin stories are relatively independent story units, the current narrative structure results in weaker connections between plot points, resulting in a disjointed viewing experience. In future versions, we will merge special...
This guy literally admitted that, hey guys, our story is kind of flawed. There's some, things that are going on in our story. We have some issues. We're gonna fix that. That is something that Genshin Impact will never admit, bro. They will never admit that. Like looking at Capitano, how old boy literally just had like 10 minutes worth of screen time and he just died just like that. That was like, yeah, guys, that's it for Capitano. That's it for your #1 for Tui Harbinger. We're not gonna accept that the way that we handled Capitano was horrible. We're not gonna say anything, bro. We're just gonna continue we're just gonna keep moving forward with this shitty story. Like, come on, man. It's insane.
episodes and facing stories together, putting more focus on developing the connection between the various agents and the main storyline. We're also deepening the proxies environment. We will also steadily update the main storyline with each version, while ensuring that we do not compromise on its narrative quality. In addition to ongoing gameplay improvement, our team has also been constantly exploring the idea of bringing Zenless to users on more platforms.
Ooh, they're gonna expand the game and bring it to multiple platforms. Very interesting. So I'm pretty sure the game right now is out on a PlayStation, of course, PC, mobile. What else? Xbox? Are they thinking about bringing it on Xbox? What about Switch? The Switch 2? That would be crazy. I ain't gonna lie. What if they do bring it on Switch 2? Very interesting. Or they bring it on Steam. Is the game out on Steam? I don't know. Maybe it is.
The reveal right now is that Zenless is being prepared
Xbox,
for
okay.
launch on the Xbox platform.
That's good.
We'll share more info
That's good.
with everyone during the upcoming Xbox live stream.
That's nice. Combat system.
The current combat design significantly diminishes the presence of the characters other than the main DPS. What should be a 3-person tactical squad feels more like a solo operation. So for the character combat design in Season 2, we will enhance the functionality and performance of non-DPS characters.
Support buff? It seems like they're going to be buffing like sub-DPS units and support units. Let's see.
For example, when agents are switched out, they can still remain on field and contribute to combat. Thus, there's a visual...
Wait. They can still remain on field and contribute to combat.
They can still remain on field and contribute.
I think that character's name is Trigger, right? Yeah, she's like a sub DPS unit, I think. Like a, I don't know, like a breaker, I don't know. But It seems like she's gonna be on field longer. That's what they're saying right here.
to combat. Thus,
That's actually
there's a visual
insane.
indication of their combat performance, while not affecting the player's control of the on-field agent. Another possibility is adding new attack and defense mechanics for enemies. Specific moves might require specific counter strategies that require teamwork from different characters in your squad, or in certain special combat areas, enemies can gain certain advantages through specific conditions. Of course, some of these are just preliminary ideas, while others might make an appearance in the version 2.0 special program. However, the ultimate goal of these optimizations is to enhance overall synergy between characters, elevating both combat and visual experience to the next.
So they're pretty much saying that, you know, before version 2.0, they feel like they focused way too much on like they focused on DPS units way too much to the point where, like, I'll say sub DPS units, support units, they just feel like they're just there to just, you know, do one thing and then they're just out. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they're gonna have more like the fact that they're gonna be on field a lot longer is actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty nice. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really dope. So this is actually good, man. This is actually pretty nice.
Next level.
Like they're pretty much focusing on every single character, man. They're focusing on every single class, right? Support, sub DPS, breaker, I don't know, a character who breaks shields or whatever. DPS, like that's actually pretty good. The fact that they're focused on every single class and making sure that every character, you know, nobody's you know, held back and everybody's at their full max potential. That's pretty cool. Can you share any insights on the design direction for upcoming version events? Okay.
To sum up, in our future development plans, we are aiming to optimize events in three aspects. First, we'll continue improving on existing game modes, such as Grand Muscle Adventure,
Fall Guys. They got Fall Guys and ZZZ.
to make them more fun for players.
They got Arknights and ZZZ too? That's insane.
At the same time, we'll be rolling out more exciting new gameplay.
Okay.
In future versions, we might see casual duels between bamboos, or even get to control a giant bamboo in combat. Besides events featuring our adorable bamboo,
They're just talking about mini
we'll
games.
also introduce some slow-paced, relaxing events to enrich Proxy's everyday life outside of the main story, such as spending joyful moments with agents at hot pot restaurants, movie theaters, and more. We also hope that beyond the intense and thrilling combat events, players can also take a breather to enjoy the lighter story events.
Are there any plans in future versions regarding characters released earlier in the game? Wait, are there any plans in the future version regarding characters? Are they talking about buffing old characters? HSR.
Every character is the result of our team's blood, sweat, and dedication. Our team has put in quite a bit of effort to ensure characters are relatively future-proof and have.
You see, HSR, dude, this is guys. I want you guys to understand. This ZZZ is literally under Hoyoverse. It's a different dev team, but it's under Hoyoverse. It's insane to me how the dev team for ZZZ are more competent than HSR. It's actually insane. The game has been out for 2 fucking years, and your game is stagnating. Global passives, all these things going on. Casters literally killed the community, bro. She literally destroyed the entire community. I need to make a video talking about that because it's insane to see how people are literally like, you know, ending friendships. They're ending, you know, long year relations. Like, it's crazy to me how a fictional character is actually causing a lot of damage to people's, you know, personal life, man. It's ridiculous. But once again, man, this just goes to show that the dev team for HSR is so out of touch. They're so out of touch. The same thing applies to Genshin as well. But for ZZ, the fact that they're sitting here saying, hey guys, how can we make our characters future proof? How can we make them good in the future? How can we prevent the game from how can we make these characters be useful long term? But once again, guys, this is Hoyoverse we're talking about. We're not just going to sit here and say the devs listen or all this bullshit. Let's not do that. All right. Be cautious. I ain't gonna lie. this dev talk is really, really good right now. There's not a single thing that's bad right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an outsider, like for an outsider's perspective, like this is actually pretty good. They're talking about, like, are we going to, is there going to, like, okay, are there, like, are old characters going to suffer in the future? UI designs, all this, like, all these things are really, really good. But once again, show, don't tell. Let's see what happens in the game. Let's see what happens in the future of ZZZ. But as up to right now, the game is doing pretty well. But once that first anniversary hits, okay, that's what I'm saying, guys. Be cautious, okay? Be cautious. But let's be honest, man. This is actually pretty good right now. Let's continue.
Long-term value. Showcasing a character's charm isn't just about mindlessly beefing up their stats, while maintaining.
Bro, they're literally roasting H's. They're literally roasting HSR right now. They're literally saying that the HSR dev team is incompetent as fuck. They don't know what they're doing. They're literally saying, hey guys, stop it with this HP inflation. Stop increasing these stat. Like, bro, that's actually hilarious. But I will say ZZZ, the thing is, I've seen some people say that ZZZ does have power creep, but the thing is, I've seen a lot of people clear content with like 4-star characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like for ZZZ, yeah, I do think the game has power creep because of Miyabi. I've seen a lot of videos of Miyabi. She's absolutely insane. But once again, that's just one character, and two, you can still clear content with 4-star characters. But of course, it might be an issue in the future. But the fact that they're addressing this early is a good sign. But once again, guys, let's be cautious. But they're literally calling out HSR right now, bro. They're roasting the fuck out of them. Wait, what did he say? Enhance their showcasing characters' charm isn't just about mindlessly beefing up their stats.
While maintaining these characters'
Unique traits.
Will
they're going to enhance their unique traits, so they're going to buff them.
Rather than just simply boosting their damage output. For example, will supplement or even rework certain skills. And
wow.
Tailoring them to
guys, this is version 2.0.
Besides that, we'll also consider each character's role very seriously. While strengthening the characters, we will also take into consideration their compatibility with other characters in future versions.
Wow.
In terms of storytelling, we hope that our characters, even those have already been released.
Dude, the ZZZ, okay, let's be honest, man. The ZZZ devs, they're trying so hard to not fumble like Genshin and HSR did. The fact that they're talking about storytelling, the main issue that players have with HSR and Genshin, they're like, okay, guys, when it comes to storytelling, we're gonna try our best to not fumble when it comes to that. When it comes to power creep, we're gonna try our best to make sure that old characters are actually future proof and are actually good long term. It's not gonna be just us buffing up their stats. We're going to enhance their unique traits. Like, you guys, it's pretty obvious that they've been paying attention to what's going on with the HSR and Genshin community and what's going on with both games. This is fucking hilarious, bro. But it just shows that they're aware. They're actually aware versus hiding behind a fucking hiding behind a wall and acting like they don't understand what's going on and just fucking up the game. This guy, they clearly understand what's happening, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna try our best to not make sure that this happens to ZZZ. We're gonna try our best to make sure that ZZZ doesn't fall like HSR and Genshin Impact did. It shows that they're actually aware.
Showcase their own unique charm. In version 1.7, for example, we'll get to see quite a few scenes between Lycan and Hugo. These interactions are crucial for the character's emotional investment in the long run. We hope that every character can find a purpose
that was cool.
That belongs solely to them in different corners of New Era. Although it might be challenging to do this well, we'll continue to work hard to create more meaningful relationships between characters and players, or even take their bond to the next level.
What else can you tell the players? This was a good dev talk. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was actually pretty good.
Feel short in the earlier stage in terms of both narrative and the gameplay elements. We've been working hard to make improvements, continuously incorporating feedback from proxies and optimizing our content. Thank you, proxies, for your continued patience, feedback, and support. In future content updates, we will prioritize ensuring content quality and humbly continue to welcome feedback and guidance from our proxies with the utmost respect. We hope Season 2 will bring proxies a more complete and smoother experience. If you encounter any issues with gameplay experience, we hope you will share more feedback through the official community channels. Your feedback and suggestions are crucial for our future content development. See you next time.
Let me go ahead and give you guys a reason why I gave them a round of applause. Once again, let's be cautious, okay? Let's be cautious, and let's not act like ZZZ is not a Hoyoverse game. Let's still be cautious, and I'd better not see any people say, devs, listen, stop with that bullshit, okay? Because all these changes, all the things that he talked about, they're not in the game yet, okay? So let's not do that. But, okay, but we're just gonna talk about this dev talk. We're just gonna talk about this video, this dev talk. This is what HSR and Genshin Impact needs. When you take a look at the HSR 3.2 live stream, right? They spent 10 minutes talking about the story. And then after that, they spent 3 minutes talking about Castris and 10 seconds talking about her global passive. The main concern that most players have is the global passive. They spent 10 seconds on that, right? That is one of my main issues when it comes to HSR and Genshin Impact. They don't prioritize issues that players have with the game. It's not about the minority. It's not about the majority. If players have an issue with something in the game, right? For example, a schedule that is preventing players from grinding whenever they want. If players are complaining about that, you have CCs, YouTubers constantly making videos saying, please remove your schedule. Let's be honest, guys. CCs, us CCs, we are literally the voice of the community. We are the voice. And if 90% of these CCs are saying the same thing over and over again, what does that tell you? It tells you that, I would say, a decent amount of players, I'm not going to say majority or minority, but a decent amount of players are complaining about these issues in the game. But if we watch your live stream and all you're talking about is the story for the upcoming update, rewards, and that's it, and then when we actually reach to the part where you guys are discussing, you know, quality content, you know, quality of life updates, it's just mediocre and it's not even worth it, then that's the reason why most players have an issue with HSR and Genshin Impact. For example, for Genshin Impact, they dropped that dev note talking about we added a search button, we added a search function for Mel. Who the fuck asked for that? Nobody asked for a search function for Mel. Nobody cares, okay? And that's the difference between those games and ZZZ. It's like for ZZZ, right? They actually focus on the things that players have an issue with in the game. The TV system, that shit is gone. It's crazy how it's been 5 years for Genshin Impact and the skip button is still a problem. It's crazy how it's been 5 years. 5 years. And artifact loadouts is still an issue in that game. Storytelling is getting worse in Genshin. Exploration is getting pay gate. Like, it's insane how you guys had this much time to improve your game. But instead of you improving the game, you're just stagnating over time. You're doing the complete opposite of what players want you to do for the game that you made yourself. You guys made the game. Why do you want to see your own game fall? If I made a game and I put in so much effort, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into a game, am I going to sit back and be like, all right, man, after I spent all these years making Genshin Impact, now I just want to kill the game. I just want the game to die. What's up? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? So once again, man, this right here, this dev talk, when I watched this, I didn't feel I didn't feel the need to skip some parts, because as an outsider, keep in mind, guys, I don't know what the fuck is going on in ZZZ. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know what players had. Like, I don't know the main issues in the game as of to right now. When I used to play the game, it was a TV system, but it seems like that's fixed. So I don't know what's going on. But I already feel like most of the things that he talked, like this person talked about in the dev talk, he addressed all the issues players had with the game. And not even that, he went beyond that and said, hey guys, when it comes to characters and power creep and stuff like that, we're going to try our best to make sure that doesn't happen. And we're not going to only, you know, increase their stats and increase their damage output. We're going to increase their unique, we're going to amplify their unique traits. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they went beyond that, talked about UI, you know, map design, etc. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. As much as I dislike Hoyoverse, this dev team for ZZZ, I'm not even going to include this dev team with Hoyoverse. Like, they're not even, the ZZZ dev team, they're not on, I'm not going to put them on the same level as Hoyoverse. They're nowhere near Hoyoverse. Like, the ZZZ dev team, it's like they're their own person. They're cooking. It seems like they actually know what's going on with their game, and they want to make sure that their game doesn't stagnate. And I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, and that's actually pretty good. So listen guys, hey, I might try out ZZZ, okay? I might try it out before 1.7 because this game is actually doing pretty good, man. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, bro. Like, yeah, you can dislike Hoyoverse, but dude, if you're gonna sit here and say that ZZZ is the worst one out of all of them, you're just fucking delusional. No, it's not. As much as I dislike Hoyoverse, ZZZ is actually doing pretty good, man. It's actually doing pretty good. And you know, first anniversary is about to drop for that game. So hey, if the game ends up falling off, that's gonna be very unfortunate. But if it doesn't fall off, that's really, really good. Really, really nice. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Overall, I think this dev talk was really nice. As an outsider, this was really, really good. Really nice dev talk. It seems like he addressed more issues that players had with the game. Maybe he did, I have no idea, but he stayed on topic. He didn't yap. He didn't talk about, you know, the story for like fucking 10 minutes and then spend 3 minutes talking about what players actually want in the game. Shit pisses me off, man. But hope you guys have a good one, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Adios.